Hey everybody, welcome back to TBC Plays The Legend of Zelda.
Welcome back to the refrigerator. Makes a shit ton of noise right before we record. Anyway, 10th enemy has the bomb. Later on in this game, we might come across an NPC that says the 10th enemy has the bomb, which for years confused Legend of Zelda fans everywhere. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Technically, it means there was a clever localization Nintendo employee. But let's go back to the original Legend of Zelda, which was actually on the Famicom in Japan. This is a Japanese game.
Don't you own a Famicom?
I do own a Famicom.
Wow.
I was given a Famicom for my birthday last year by Morgoloth Party Cat, 8-Bit Ninja Turtle, Crypto's Fang, and I think Lodos might have, but I'm not happy with Lodos right now because he was my Secret Santa. Or I was his Secret Santa for Christmas last year, and the fucker still hasn't gotten me anything. Anyway, I do own a Famicom there, and the end of story there.
But he doesn't have a power cable because we couldn't find its power cable.
So in the original Legend of Zelda in Japan, that NPC that says the 10th enemy has a bomb actually says something about how to get the magical key. Spoilers. So the 10th enemy has a bomb, or has the bomb, as we end level 4 here. Actually is in reference to the game counter, how many times you kill someone before it resets. That there's a lot of variables involved. It's not exactly kill 10 people and the 10th one you get a bomb. And you have to kill that 10th one with a bomb to get the bomb. Believe it or not. Or else it would have been a lot easier for you to get bombs earlier. You just kill 10 people, you get a bomb.
Right.
There's more variables to that. If you I would say go look at Pulp Fiction on GT, but GT no longer exists. They shut down. Their YouTube channel might be up still, so go look up the Pulp Fiction on that if it's still on YouTube. GT doesn't exist anymore, and it makes me a little sad, but we're not going to go there. Game trailers.
Huh.
Anyway, it's time for more fun shit, because I spent a whole minute talking about that.
It is. I always thought that the 10th enemy is the bomb, whatever.
10th enemy has the bomb?
Yeah, I thought that meant something different. That if you come across...
Like 10 enemies on the screen?
If there's enemies on the screen, the last one will have a bomb.
No, it's the how many times you've... it's how many enemies you've killed without being hit to an extent. Like, all enemies have variables of what they're going to drop. There's like, maybe, like, say there... Like on the 4th enemy you've killed without being hit, this guy over here has a 10% chance of dropping a fairy or something, you know, something like that. Well, somebody went through all the ROM every time you killed something, like what was showing up, and worked out all those variables. Like, you know, if you kill this guy, you know, the 10th kill, you're gonna get this. Well, in the 10th kill, he was noticing on the 10th kill, if you use the bomb to kill an enemy, if that enemy drops an item, it's going to be a bomb. I would test that theory, but I don't know all the variables to make it actually happen. Because it's not as simple as the game implies, but it's actually really clever of a localization guy who usually... I mean, I don't know anything about translating games, but you wouldn't think they'd have too much access to the game. With that said, though, the guy who translated Pokemon actually played the game while translating it, so I don't know what to tell you. There was a smart localization guy at Nintendo, or it was a happy accident, because that line is not in the Japanese version of the game at all, which is fucking weird.
Huh.
You wouldn't think there'd be something in the English localization about the game code of a Japanese game. That's just me. Anyway, there you go. The last heart container in the game that you don't get from a boss, I believe. I believe.
I think so.
Let's see, we're heading to level 5, so 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. That's only 4 more.
Which means you've defeated half of the regular dungeons in the game. How do you feel about yourself?
Wow. Really?
Is your self-confidence high?
Huh. I never really think about it, how far into it I am.
It only took you, by my math, 5.5 parts.
Wow.
Well, a little less than 5.5. Let's just call it 5.25.
Okay.
Does that seem like a fair number?
Sure. So, I can go to level 5 now, but I will actually... go and procure a couple items before...
Are you going to be that guy?
Yes.
You probably need to be that guy.
I do. I always do. Go... Now, one of the items I will be procuring, I will... In my standard I'm just playing this to play this because I like to play this multiple times.
How long has it been since you just played this game to play it, though?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure like the last 5 times you played it has been on stream for TBC or the company that became TBC.
I don't know.
Not name dropping, even though it's probably going to show up in my our Broforce playthrough because we were playing on my stupid PSN account and it kept showing my damn name.
No, it showed your real name.
It showed my real name and my gamer tag on my PS4,
wrong one.
which it's my old PS3 file, which was
There it is.
named after my stupid old website, so that's cool.
And I just picked up the bracelet.
Which, fun fact, our old website became a porn site, and that's why we changed our name.
Well, they did
the
.net. And
.net of our website became a porn site, so we're like, oh, well, maybe we need to change the name. We came up with turn-based comedy. So.
How did we find it out? Somebody...
I periodically Googled to make sure nobody bought it, because I was a broke bastard, and I couldn't afford to buy the .net, so...
Right. And unfortunately...
One day, porn... was it Korean porn? Danish porn.
Danish.
It was Danish porn.
Yeah. People having sex with Danishes.
Yep. Are you making fun of me?
No.
Master using it, you can have it. What the fuck does that mean?
What does that
how
mean?
do you master a sword before you get the fucking sword?
Good question. So, what did that actually say then? What was the
What did that say in Japanese? Good question.
Because that's something I'd like to know. Because, if the other stuff was...
Most of it, I do believe it was on par. A Link to the Past, the Zelda is your ... In Japanese, it roughly said Zelda is your destiny. And in fact, in the Game Boy Advanced remake, or well, not necessarily remake, it's more of a port, it says Zelda is your destiny. So that's nice.
I know there's a pattern to this, and I always forget which is which. Crud.
Well, you're just having fun with your buddies.
I am.
The internet.
Is it the first one again? Alright, there we go.
Alright, so that's how you teleport in this game, and it's really fun.
Yes, and that's the only thing that getting the bracelet does for you, is allow you to open up 4 of the
Warps.
Oh, I know. No, they tell you to go to the guy above the waterfall, and then tell you to go in the waterfall, because the guy above gives you the sword, the guy in tells you how to get to level 5, which is what I did. If I remember correctly, I think the guy inside the waterfall tells you to just keep moving up.
Interesting.
Yes. So these guys... Oh, I don't have the arrows yet.
So the website that I read a lot of like localization shit on Legends of Localization. I get bored sometimes and I just read shit. Like one day I sat down and I read it on like every game he had on the website. Apparently, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but he has released a book about his Legend of Zelda localization report, basically. And I'm having difficulties getting to the localization, other stuff in the localization, so hold on.
So I need to find... I don't have enough rupees for something that comes in this level yet, I don't think.
That's weird.
What?
That you don't have enough rubies?
I know. Might have to make a trip back here. Dang it. What was I gonna... I was gonna say something, and now I don't remember where I was going. Something... I guess it wasn't important, so... Yeah. Oh! I was gonna say, those little... sort of mouse-looking half mouse head things that I was just killing at in the first...
Are you talking about the like...
Pole's voice.
Yeah, there you go. In the Japanese Famicom version of the game, you actually kill them differently.
Yes, there was a microphone
in the second controller.
On the second controller
that allows you to blow or scream or whatever into it, and those Poe's voice died by that. That's why one of the NPCs actually says something about that. But we'll get there. The first NPC in The Legend of Zelda says, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Right.
In Japanese, it roughly says something along the lines of, it's dangerous to go alone. I'll give you this.
Okay.
The shop guy in the NES version who says, buy something, will ya? The Famicom line is pretty much the same, and he speaks it in a Western Japanese dialect. So it's literally, you know, buy something, will ya? Like you know, someone from the Old West here would say, I guess, is the biggest comparison. In the NES version, the heart or potion guy says, take anyone you want. In the Famicom version, he basically says, I'll give you whichever one you want.
Okay.
The white sword guy in the NES says, master using it and you can have this. This is what actually brought up a conversation.
Yes, that.
Except for the next one, not the white sword. But if you can use this masterfully, then I will let you have it.
Okay, that... It's sort of similar. But I guess it kind of...
The hint lady says, pay me and I'll talk. In Japanese, she says, I won't talk for free. Roughly.
Okay.
Keep in mind, this is one person's translation. They could be slightly different.
Right.
We're gonna just go ahead and go through all this shit in this video because I don't want to break it up.
Okay.
At least shit I find interesting, so keep playing, have fun.
Okay. I think I am 6 rupees away from what I can get in this next room.
Alright, that same hint lady, if you pay her the wrong amount of money, she'll say this ain't enough to talk. In Japanese, she says this isn't enough to make me talk. Okay. If you pay her too much money, she says, boy, you're rich. In the NES version, in Japanese, she says, you sure are rich.
Okay.
If you choose the right amount of money, she says, in the NES version, she says, go up the mountain ahead. In the Japanese version, she says almost the same exact thing. There's a nuance that this one translator feels that it should have been translated to go way up the mountain ahead. In level 1, the NPC says, easternmost peninsula is the secret. In the Japanese version, it says you can't use arrows if you run out of money, which is a very helpful hint. Hint, seeing as arrows actually use your rupees in this game, so that's actually a lot more helpful. Yeah. Because what the fuck does the easternmost?
You know, I've always wondered about that.
I guess it means the boss is at the easternmost room of the palace, or the dungeon. That's my guess. Correct me in the comments if you want to. Once again, I'm reading this on legendsoflocalization.com to give a throw out.
Is like an area of land that juts out and is surrounded almost completely by water.
Okay.
So...
There's another shopkeeper in the NES version that says, boy, this is really expensive. In Japanese, it says more along the lines of, this is a good value. And
that's a big difference there.
Yeah, the money moblin in the NES version says, it's a secret to everyone, or everybody. Specifically, in Japanese, this line is a common phrase, now keep this a secret from everyone. The letterman says something along the lines of, says in the NES version, show this to the old woman.
Yeah.
In Japanese, this text is the same, except for it's a little more technical. It's show this to the old woman and see what happens. Keep in mind, in the Japanese text box, they could actually fit a lot more words because they were using Japanese characters, symbols, instead of letters. Letters are bigger, more obnoxious. Anyway, the money-making game! The NES version says, let's play money-making game. Let's play money-making game. In Japanese, he says, want to play a game where you can increase your money? Or more concise, what this person would have translated to was, want to play a money-making game. The grave lady says, meet the old man at the grave. And it's basically the same, meet the old man in the graveyard. The smoke guy says Dodongos dislike smoke. In Japanese, it's Dodongo hates smoke.
Okay. This guy says Dig Dogger hates certain kinds of sound.
You want me to just jump to that one?
Is it too far ahead? It's relevant to this level, as we will soon.
Maybe I'll save the rest for when they show up, so this will be the last one of this video, because we have a ton of text to go through.
Mm-hmm.
What was he again?
Level 5. Dig Dogger hates certain kinds of sound.
Okay. Level 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we don't actually have that much to go, but I'm going to just go ahead and tell them that.
Okay, which is a strong hint as to how to kill the... A strong hint is a very helpful hint as to how to kill the...
Did you kick the mic?
I might have. I apologize. I got hit. I didn't want to get hit.
Okay. Dig Dogger hates a certain kind of sound in the NES version. It has poor grammar. In Japanese it says there's a sound that Dig Dogger hates. So next time on TBC Plays, we will talk more about fun shit and not me reading translations off a website.
You figure out what sound.
Special thanks to legendsoflocalization.com. Check them out. If you already haven't, buy their book or whatever. We're not sponsored by them. I was just stealing shit off their website. So thank you guys. See you next time.
Bye-bye, everybody.